We're only another day away. Tomorrow night, it's going to be the draft. It's going to be at Lambeau Field, historic Lambeau Field. It's going to be great. We're going to be excited. You only get the first round day one because you know what? The NFL knows what the hell they're doing. When it comes to media, John, they have figured it out, and they get views like you've never seen before, even when it looks like you've kind of got a pretty good feel for who's going to be number one, who's going to be number two, who's going to be number three. But here's where I wanted to go with this, John. Who's the most underrated players going into this particular draft? And I just thought there was two guys that stood out for me. There's more than that, but I got two guys specifically that stood out for me. And I'll throw these out to you, and you can decide if you agree or not agree. Jack Sawyer. He's an outside linebacker / defensive end, edge rusher, however you want to phrase it. So he is ranked number 17, but that's amongst edge rushers. Number 17. Now, this kid played at Ohio State. He's unbelievable. He's 6'4", 260 pounds, and he is a guy who we call a gamer. And what does that mean? It means when the lights are on and the game is going, this guy plays football, and this guy is unbelievable. I think, now, granted, Penn State, he's your best edge rusher in the draft, no doubt about it, and he does show up. But everybody knows that. He's going to be the second or third player taken in the draft. Meanwhile, Sawyer, I don't even know what round he's going to go in if he's the number 17 edge rusher. But I'll tell you what, John, if you're looking for a guy who's going to be a standout from the draft, depending on where he goes, is he going to even make it in the first round? Probably not, based upon what they're telling us. Not the second round even, maybe. Maybe he gets into the third round, and you're going to be getting a guy who in every game I ever saw, John, I'd scratch my head and go, this number 33 is unbelievable. Has anybody seen what this kid really looks like? There's another guy I like a lot out there, too, from Central Florida. Harvey is his name. He's a running back, John. Sounds a little like Barry Sanders. He's 5'8", weighs 207 pounds, runs a 4.4 40, has unbelievable balance, has breakaway speed. And here's the interesting thing. This guy, Genty, that you and I have talked about all year, everybody did, from Boise State, great player, unbelievable player. He's number 2 behind Genty on one particular stat that I think makes this kid a lot better than people understand. Because when I look at him, for 10 yards or more, he has 54 rushes of 10 yards or more last year. That tells me this guy knows how to find the hole. When he gets through the hole, he knows how to accelerate, knows how to move around and manipulate his body around. This guy's going to be a gamer as well. And everybody's going to be saying, where did he come from? Never heard of this guy. Where did he come from? Harvey. Who the hell is this guy? Central Florida is where he's from. They play great football at Central Florida, and this kid is a stud as well. So Sawyer and Harvey are my two guys that are full-on sleepers going into the draft.
Well, how about the running back from Arizona State, Pete?
Yep.
I mean, because nobody could stop the kid.
Yeah.
I mean, ultimately, Arizona State, of course, a lot of folks didn't think they deserved to be in the playoffs there, Pete, when they went to the 12-team format. But this kid just ran over people. Scatabo or Scataboo or something like that.
Yeah.
So I know he's not a first-round pick, Pete. Or at least I don't think he's not supposed to be. He'd probably be the end of the second, beginning of the third. Yeah. But the kid's got heart. I love the way he plays. Should he be there instead of Genty? No. But he is a great player, and he runs with a chip on his shoulder because of the accolades of somebody who's in many ways similar to him, Ashton Genty. Very similar in terms of size, Pete. Neither one of these are 240-pound mashers. No. They're both big, strong kids, but their stature is not nearly like King James, King Henry, and all that. Yeah. James in basketball, Henry in football. When you're a physical specimen like that, people are going to notice. But if you look at production rather than just, the size, I think this kid is pretty interesting, and somebody might get him earlier, or they might get him later, Pete. And if they get him later, they're going to be happy with this kid. I think he's going to make a roster somewhere.
I totally agree. There's some offensive linemen out there too, John, where I'm looking around going, what am I missing that these guys aren't ranked even higher? The kid at Iowa State, he's from Minnesota. He's 6'8.5", 345 pounds, John. He's an absolute man-child. And you know what? Nobody talks about him when they say, here's the best 4 or 5 tackles in the draft. I'm looking going, I think this guy's the best of them all. We'll see, and we'll follow up on that one as well. All right, John, one other thing I've got for you. This is going to college football, NCAA football. How about North Carolina? You know who the coach is down there? Bill Belichick. The guy's in his 70s. His girlfriend's in her 20s. He's much more youthful than his 70s. And I'll tell you what, I've got a friend who is also working on the staff down there. John, they are doing everything in their power to really be a professional / college football program because they have embraced the portal as much as anybody I've ever seen. And here's what I mean by that. They have 43 players who have said, we're out. Now, don't misread that because you might think these players wanted to go. I kind of think Belichick basically pushed a bunch of guys out the door to open it up a little bit more scholarship-wise and everything else to get the players that he's gotten, which is 26 different commitments so far, John, which now they're ranked number 10 of all the schools in the United States. They're ranked number 10 from the portal in terms of the 3-star, 4-star type athletes that they've been able to sign. They've signed 16 3-stars, 6 4-stars. They're getting a lot of guys that are really high in this whole thing. And I'll tell you what, North Carolina is going to be a school that all of a sudden turns into a football school, I think. We know about basketball. They've got a little bit of football. They've had a good coach down there. He was getting a little bit too old. Belichick might be 70s, but I think his girlfriend keeps him in his 40s or 50s. That's why, well, it is what it is. I mean, let's be honest. But I'll tell you what, they really could be somebody that everybody will be talking about this coming year. Now, they're not going to have to wait 2 and 3 years with the portal and the NIL and everything else, John. I think these guys could be competitive right out of the gate. And they just have to have the right guys at the right positions like anybody else. But Belichick, I think we can trust his track record, right?
I think so. I've got 6 reasons, Pete, why you can trust him. 6 of these, six rings. I mean, the guy's a monster. Players love to play for that kind of coach when you're in college because they always probably dreamed about playing for him when he was coaching the Patriots in pros. Mm-hmm. So I think the same sort of thing happened with Deion, Pete, that happens right now in UNC. And that is that he tells the players, hey, look, if you don't think you should be here, you shouldn't. Go hit the portal. Get the hell out. That's what Deion said. And a whole bunch of players left. And then he brought in a whole bunch of other players. And the players that stayed, he said, just like, Pete, I hear this a lot from the Navy SEALs. Mm-hmm. Whenever you hear a Navy SEAL asked by a family member or a friend, you think maybe I should join the SEALs? He says, absolutely not. You shouldn't. You should not join the SEALs. They don't tell them, because it's a piece of crap or because of any reason other than just you have to be 100% committed if you're going to do it. So if you have doubts, you think I should? You have doubts. Same thing with, should I hit the portal? Well, then get the hell out. If you don't know that you want to play here, get the hell out, and I'll get guys in here who want to play here. That's what happened with Tennessee and your favorite player, Pete Nico, who went out to UCLA for less money. He ultimately didn't get the 2.4 even, Pete. His dad wanted 4. He didn't get the 2.4. I believe, Pete, that UCLA got him for 1.75, something like that. And all of a sudden, he's going to lose X amount of that in taxes, like you say. He's going to pay taxes there. He wouldn't have paid in Tennessee. And he's not in the same program. Tennessee was like one of the top 6 or 8 programs. UCLA was like, I don't know, were they 6th in the Big Ten, Pete? Or whatever, or maybe lower than that. So is one player going to turn them around? A player helps, but UCLA doesn't have the horses that Tennessee has. That's just a fact. So play this back to me in the fall, and I think we'll both say, yeah, that was a big mistake, and we said it here now on April 23rd, that's a big mistake to leave a real program to go to a kind of program.
Just to throw a little bit more fuel into that fire, John, how about this? So the kid decides to go to UCLA, and now instead of getting the 1.6 because of taxes, like you said, when it's all said and done, I think he's making 800 or something like that. Whatever it is, it's something significantly different, right? So that's bad. But here's the twist of all twists. Do you know who Tennessee just signed 2 days ago? The quarterback at UCLA last year. That's funny.
Now that's funny.
Now that's funny.
To quote Pete's favorite from Nebraska, the cable guy, Larry the Cable Guy. Now that's funny right there.
That's funny right there.